Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on one of the ex-castmates from the Real Housewives of New York. Heather Thomson had a short-lived stint on the Real Housewives of New York. She recently spoke out about how she was not happy about the Dave Quinn book, that tells like the real story from the housewives' perspective. She also said that, a lot of the storylines on the Real Housewives is fake and is forced. And she, just had a lot to say about her little stint when she was on the Real Housewives in New York. And also, she did an interview with Page Six, and she also said that this is her last interview about her time on the Real Housewives in New York. She said, "There's no more to tell. I'm done. It's over. It's a wrap." So pretty much what she said to Page Six is she said that Sonia Morgan, she alleged that she has a little drinking problem, and she claimed that she also let Bravo know this, and pretty much no one cared and nothing was done. If you watch the Real Housewives of New York, I think Ramona and the alcohol, she likes it a lot. I can't say whether or not she is a drunk or not a drunk, but I think we've seen plenty of scenes, at least I have, where she just got a little overly tipsy. And, for some people, when they get overly tipsy, a lot can happen. She also claimed that Sonia allowed men to put lit cigarettes in her vagina. I don't know how anybody could stand fire going up their precious area. I can't say how true I believe that to be or not, but she's standing by her story. And she also claimed from the guy, one of the castmates of $1 Million Listing, Josh Flagg, would also stick these lit cigarettes up Sonia's, vajayjay, we'll say, and he denies that story. And Heather has a clear example where she claims that she went to the Boom Boom Room in Manhattan and she ran into Sonia and Josh Flagg there. Sonia seemed to be a little toasted, tipsy, whatever you want to say, had a lot of alcohol in her. And then she said she was with Josh Flagg. And then she said all of a sudden she was like, "Where's Sonia?" She goes to this rooftop. I guess there's a rooftop there. She sees Sonia there with Josh, and she said, they joked about this whole lighting of the cigarette trick going up Sonia's for JJ. And Heather claims that she took Sonia away, got her home, and felt like she was being a good girlfriend by doing that. And this Josh Flagg, like I said, he denied 100% that story. Sounds very crazy and far-fetched, but I seen Sonia do very crazy, outlandish, outrageous things on the Real Housewives of New York, especially when she had a couple of drinks in her. So Heather also claimed there was this big controversy this season, and the controversy was the reason why the Real Housewives of New York allegedly did not have a reunion this season, and it's because Eboni K. Williams, the first black castmate on the Real Housewives of New York, claims that Ramona, singer, said this is something about, this is the reason why I didn't want black people on the show, or we shouldn't have black people on the show, for some incident that happened. So Ramona claims she didn't say it. Eboni says she said it. Bravo did an investigation. Nothing came out of the investigation, so they didn't conclude that Ramona did or did not say it. Heather claims she was there. She heard Ramona say it, and she was freaked out when Ramona said it. So we got two people collaborating that it was said, and you got a few people saying that it wasn't said. And I guess it's going to be one of those urban legends where we'll just never know. Heather also claimed that there was a scene where Luann was very upset that she broke up with her boyfriend. She was crying and everything. And at that time, I guess it was a scene with all the ladies. I don't remember this one, but at that particular time, she said that Ramona was there. I'm making sure I'm trying to not mix up names there. Not was it Ramona? No, Sonia. Was it? I think it was Sonia. Now I'm confusing if it was Sonia or Ramona. It was one of them, and I think it was Sonia. And Sonia got proposed to by this guy Harry Dubin. And anyway, she got proposed to at that time, and she said that whole thing was fake because they took a ring off of somebody's finger, gave it to him, had him propose to Sonia, and just to kind of upstage, Luann. So not to show that Luann and her devastation of breaking up with her boyfriend, but to have it be upstaged by this whole proposal that was all fake. It's just craziness, right? So she just kind of told that story to prove how there are storylines that are fake and forced. So it's just a whole hot mess. She also tells about another incident where, Heather has a podcast, and she's saying that that somebody told the other ladies that she was talking about them on her podcast. She had no clue. So she kind of walked into the lion's den, and everybody just came for her because she was allegedly talking about them on her podcast, which she said was absolutely not ever true. So just messy. And so do I believe that these storylines are forced and that they fake? I'm going to say absolutely 100%. And the reason why I said that is right now, formerly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia wrote a book called The Pursuit of Portia. And Portia was on the Tamron Hall show today. And she pretty much told Tamron Hall that, everybody was in this uproar because of me and my current fiance, Simon. And she said people felt like I broke girl code because Fallon was my friend. And that's how Fallon was introduced to us when Fallon had her little very short stint on Roa, right? And so she said, me and Fallon were never friends. She said, when the Housewives franchise want to bring up another person, they like to introduce it as, this is a friend of one of the established castmates. But she said, me and Fallon were never friends. We were just friends for the show, for, pretty much I'm paraphrasing, for a storyline. And that's why I believe, Heather, a lot of these storylines are fake and they're forced. And it's like, why do we watch them, right? And that's another thing that Heather mentioned. Heather said that, it's not only Bravo that is responsible for this bad behavior and everything that you're seeing on these reality shows. She said it's Bravo, it's the castmates, and she said it's the people that watch. Because quite frankly, if we wouldn't watch the nonsense and the shenanigans, then it would be nothing for them to produce, right? So they keep giving us what we want. The viewership is high when there's drama, when something salacious happens, when the ladies are at each other's necks and pecking at each other. That's what gets the viewership up. So we're part of the problem too, and that's what Heather is pretty much saying. Why do I watch? I call myself, and I said that I pretty much watch these shows as my pastime, but I was listening to a motivational speaker one time, and she pretty much said, garbage in, garbage out. So what you watch, it is going to have an impact on you, especially if that's what you're consuming most of the time. And I do get what she's saying, and I say to myself all the time, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I watching this? Why am I so sucked in, so vested in these stories? Especially if I know that these storylines are fake most of the time and they claim it's reality, but it's really not. I don't know. I go in and out. Sometimes I tell myself I'm going to stop watching, but then I find myself being sucked back in again and watching again. Like if I hear a friend say, oh, it was good, or you should watch, or did you see it? I get sucked in all over again, knowing in my heart of heart that 90% of it is probably fake. But anyway, for now I'm watching. So you'll get my take on the situations and the storylines. And listen, how do you feel about what Heather said in this article about the storylines being fake and forced? How they're not promoting sisterhood and they're not trying to empower the woman. And matter of fact, they're doing the exact opposite. I commend her. She did it. She knows what it was like, and she's out of it now. And I guess for most people, or for most of these castmates, I think if they are going to do it, they should know when it's time to get out. Like, maybe go into it with a end game in mind. Go in it, get what you need to get, bank your money, build up your business or whatever it is you want to do, and then once you're done, get out. Because I do think the toxic levels can get to you after a while and start to trickle over into your real life. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back, and I'll see you in the next video.